streaming live on News8000.com. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm Alexandra Carter. It is March 4th, 2024. Checking in now with News 8 meteorologist Bill Grahl. Bill, I just keep thinking how tired I am right now, and just knowing that next Monday we're going to be coming off daylight saving time, losing an hour of sleep. Just not good, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Always a difficult time to spring forward because, yeah, as you mentioned, we lose that hour of sleep, and that occurs next Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So we'll deal with that, I guess, when we get to it. But boy, how about that weekend? 60s for highs on Saturday. Yesterday, 70s for most. In fact, these are mid to late May-like temperatures rather than early March, and most of these, if not all of them, were new record highs. In fact, record-shattering highs across the region. That 74 in La Crosse beat the old record by 8 degrees. 74 and 41 the numbers. Just a trace of rain. We had some spring-like thunder showers, especially east of La Crosse last evening. 40 and 21 are the averages, so we were almost 35 degrees above average with that high of 74 yesterday. Now keep the rain gear handy. We've got more precip heading our way today. Some showers and thunderstorms over central Iowa. Some rain and snow trying to reach the ground to our west. Not having a lot of success yet, but current temperatures in the 30s, and we will see much cooler highs today in the 40s with that chance of scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms in spots, and maybe a mix or sleet in spots to the north and west. I'll have the rest of my 8-day forecast, more information coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Bill, we will see you then. Time now for the stories making headlines right now. If you use Wisconsin Highway 35 between Holmen and Trompealeau to get to Workers' School, you may want to leave a few minutes early today. That's because the bridge over Black River will have single lane closure starting today. Wisconsin's DOT says the closure is for a soil investigation in the area, which will include exploration and sampling of soils for the purpose of structural design. The closure is set to run till Tuesday, April 30th. That's a long time. There'll also be temporary signals set up during that time. The annual Freedom Shield military drills between the United States and South Korea are underway right now after starting earlier this morning. The 11-day spring exercises aim to deter threats from North Korea and increase readiness. The drills consist of live exercises and field training to bolster cooperation. In the past, North Korea has criticized these joint military drills, but has yet to comment on this year's exercises. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to host Israeli War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz today to discuss a possible ceasefire deal. The deal, brokered by the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar, would call for a 6-week ceasefire between Israel and Hamas and the release of hostages. Hamas sent negotiators in Cairo for talks yesterday, but Israel didn't send a delegation. It says it wants more hostage details first, although Harris says Israel agrees to the deal's general framework. House and Senate leaders are saying the negotiated text of 6 appropriation bills Congress must pass by Friday to avoid a government shutdown. If the bill passes, Congress will have to vote on a second appropriations bill to fund the rest of the government before March 22nd in order to avoid another possible shutdown. In a statement, House Speaker Mike Johnson is claiming victory in the first negotiated settlement, saying in part House Republicans imposed sharp cuts to agencies and programs critical to President Biden's agenda. Some of those budget cuts include a 10% cut to the EPA, a 7% cut to the ATF, and a 6% cut to the FBI. The Supreme Court could rule as early as today on whether former President Donald Trump's name can be kept off of ballots in some states. That move comes just one day before millions of voters are expected to cast their primary votes on Super Tuesday. Over a dozen states will hold primaries tomorrow, including Colorado and Maine, who have barred Trump from appearing on the ballot after ruling he was ineligible because of a clause in the Constitution barring anyone who engages in insurrection to run for office. The justices have indicated they'll issue at least one opinion today, many speculating the High Court will rule on the ballot question. Nikki Haley made history last night, becoming the first woman to win a Republican primary in American history. She picked up the District of Columbia, her first victory in the 2024 campaign. Naomi Ruckham explains why the road to the nomination is still a long shot for Haley as voters head into Super Tuesday.
It won't land Nikki Haley the Republican presidential nomination, but the former UN ambassador is celebrating her win last night in Washington, D.C. In a social media post, she thanked voters in the nation's capital, saying Republicans closest to Washington's dysfunction know that Donald Trump has brought nothing but chaos and division for the past 8 years. Still, Haley trails far behind the former president with 43 delegates nationwide compared to Trump's 247. He's also expected to pick up hundreds more delegates tomorrow when voters in 16 states and territories take to the polls for Super Tuesday. Trump spoke confidently to a crowd in Virginia Saturday after picking up wins in Missouri, Michigan, and Idaho.
We need each and every one of you to get every patriot that you know and turn them out to vote.
New CBS polling puts former President Trump ahead of President Biden by 4 points nationally. One major factor for voters, the economy. Voters remember Trump's economy in a better light than President Biden's. But on Sunday, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden hit the campaign trail for her husband in Wisconsin, focusing on women's access to health care.
Donald Trump is dangerous to women and to our families.
President Biden will speak to the nation this week when he delivers his State of the Union address on Thursday.
New CBS polling also finds many Americans are concerned about the health of both President Biden and former President Trump. 25% of those polled said neither candidate has the mental and cognitive health to serve as president. 29% said both candidates lack the physical health necessary for the job. Representative Derek Van Orden met with Cooley Veterans Coalition leaders this weekend to discuss ways to improve educational benefits and health care options for local vets. The meeting focused on increasing community care program options, allowing veterans private care when VA facilities can accommodate them. Restoring the travel pay system to reimburse vets for medical trips, also top priority.
I want to get the system re-implemented that the VA unfortunately let slide during the COVID pandemic. That's a big deal. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're on a fixed income, you're talking about $50 or $60, especially in this economy, that's a significant amount of money.
Another issue Van Orden discussed was medical marijuana use for veterans, stating it should have never been illegal to begin with. A 14-year-old piano prodigy hit the right notes with the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra this weekend. Andre Peck may be young, but he's no stranger to the spotlight. He started playing piano when he was 4 years old. Since then, he's won a multitude of awards. Most recently, he won the La Crosse Rising Stars competition and was one of only 24 young musicians worldwide to attend a prestigious music festival. We caught up with Peck prior to his symphony performance, and he said he was ready to hit all the right notes.
I think that I'm probably ready for it because I've had rehearsals, but I'm just really excited in general.
Andre performed in his first symphony at the age of 11. Impressive young man. Time now 6:07, still to come on your morning news. JetBlue Airways says it'll waive change and cancellation fees for all flights to and from Haiti's capital. We'll tell you why in just a few minutes.
The chemistry behind the beauty. I'm Danya Backus with a look at how one woman is making sure there are products for everyone.
And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Cherry blossom trees in Washington, D.C. are expected to bloom in a few weeks, and one special tree is used to predict when that'll happen. It's called the indicator tree. The National Park Service says the tree tends to run about 2 weeks or so ahead of the rest of the Yoshino cherry trees. Right now, it's in stage 3, which is an extension of florets. The rest of the trees mostly haven't reached stage 1 yet, but there are green buds on many of them. Using the indicator tree, the Park Service predicts the trees will reach peak bloom between March 23rd and 26th. By the way, it's unknown why the indicator tree is ahead of the rest of the trees, but good thing it's there. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is after the break.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. As one of Wisconsin's largest Cub Cadet dealers, Wood Sales and Service is celebrating with discounts up to $1,000 on select Cub Cadet models. Cub Cadet lawnmowers, snowblowers, commercial equipment, and UTVs. We offer the best selection and service in the area with 0% 48-month financing or cash discounts. Experience the Wood Sales advantage of service before and after the sale. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
College is more than the knowledge you gain. It's a place to cultivate your curiosity It's where you explore the potential and what's next. It's where you find the tenacity to rise, rather than settle for good enough. It's a series of moments that add up to form your future self. It's where what you want is within reach, on your terms. It's where you find a career, not just a job. Western Technical College. Discover what you're made of.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance. At each day's start, as time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
If your tub or shower is less than you'd like it to be, then you owe it to yourself to visit the board store during the 2024 Early Bird Home Show. If you'd like a shower, rain shower, personal shower, shelves, safety grab bars, you can get a complete unit as low as $79.80. Call or visit the board store during the Early Bird Home Show for safety, convenience, and beauty in your new bathroom. Call or visit today.
Welcome back, everyone. A good Monday morning to you. A check of the Schoolcast for this Monday. And you'll want the little ones to be prepared for much cooler temperatures than what we saw yesterday when we were in the record-breaking low to mid-70s for highs. Today, highs only in the mid to upper 40s for most. And also a chance for some rain showers as the day progresses as well. Maybe even some thunder and lightning in some spots. Keep that in mind if you're planning to take the dog for a walk as well. We've got yellow paws across the board because of those rain chances and some thunder activity. Harper Joe, we feel you. Yeah, it looks like a case of the Mondays, but perhaps once Harper Joe gets up and at 'em, maybe walking with Stephanie at some point. A very cute picture, though, of Harper Joe. All right, skies are mainly cloudy, and we do have that chance for some showers, maybe some thunderstorms, especially south and east. Maybe just cold enough for some sleet or a mix to the north and west in spots. Cooler this week, but still above average, and we could see another precip chance late this week, primarily Thursday night and into Friday. Now, satellite radar showing lots of precip showing up, but not all this reaching the ground up to the north here. Most of the stuff reaching the ground is down across Iowa, showers and a few isolated thunderstorms, and that precipitation will continue to head our direction through the morning. Current temperatures between about 30 and 38 degrees, and again, it's going to be much cooler today with highs only in the mid to upper 40s, right around 48 here in La Crosse. I will have the rest of my 8-day forecast coming up in about 3.5 minutes.
In your consumer news this morning, JetBlue says it'll waive change and cancellation fees for all flights to and from Haiti's capital. The U.S. Embassy in Haiti urging Americans to leave the country while it grapples with escalating gang-related violence. JetBlue's announcement comes after nearby gunfire disrupted flights at the international airport in Port-au-Prince last week. United Airlines temporarily suspending flights between Miami and Haiti. Boeing and the Federal Aviation Administration have identified additional issues with Boeing's anti-ice systems. The recently discovered issues involve the 737 MAX and 787 Dreamliner. The FAA says the most recent issue could cause the jet's engines to stop working. Aviation regulators say an electrical issue could result in loss of thrust on both engines due to damage from operating in icing conditions. For the Dreamliner, a missing seal could cause heat damage to an engine inlet it? Sending the part flying off the plane does not sound good. Red Bull Formula One team principal Christian Horner once again denying allegations of wrongdoing. That announcement comes within 24 hours after he was exonerated on claims of inappropriate behavior toward an unidentified member of his racing team. However, after Horner was cleared by the external investigation, a rash of allegedly leaked WhatsApp messages were sent to the F1 community. The business of beauty is a multi-billion-dollar industry. While beauty marketing campaigns show faces of all hues, when it comes to who's creating and developing beauty products, some say there is still work to be done. This Women's History Month, CBS's Danya Backus introduces us to a scientist working to make the beauty industry more inclusive.
24-year-old chemist AJ Aday brings science to beauty.
This is zinc oxide, so this is responsible for what absorbs the UV light in your sunscreens.
AJ is earning her PhD and teaching at UCLA. She wants to draw more scientists of color into the research and development segment of the beauty industry.
So you'll be surprised to actually understand that the SPF value on a bottle is tested from people with lighter skin tones.
As a student and researcher, AJ, whose parents immigrated from Ghana, saw what she calls an inclusivity gap. People of color were being left out of research and testing for beauty products. To fix that, in 2021, she founded Sula Labs.
When there's not a lot of people that are able to really help you understand the efficacy of these products from a whole spectrum of skin tones, that becomes a problem.
Brands come to Sula Labs, and the 8-member team helps formulate and test products specifically for darker skin. The company is currently working with at least 20 brands.
If it's a brand that focuses on, darker skin tones or has a black founder, we may have touched it.
Rihanna broke down barriers in 2017 when she launched her Fenty beauty line.
You could be the scientific counterpart to Rihanna Fenty.
I think what she did for the beauty industry is wild because all she did was help give shades to people that look like me. So I think the scientific counterpart to Rihanna is effectively what we're also trying to do too.
AJ also hopes to be a game changer, using science to show Black women they have value and a voice in the beauty industry.
In the U.S., less than 2% of scientists are Black women. Only 4 to 5% of all employees in the U.S. beauty industry are Black. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:16. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Bill Grahl for a look at today's forecast.
Hi, Alexandra. Boy, record-shattering warmth over the weekend, especially yesterday. We're in the mid-60s on Saturday and then 70s across the region yesterday. And look at these numbers. 74 was the record-setting high in La Crosse, 70 in Eau Claire. So we beat our record by 8 degrees in La Crosse, 12 degrees in Eau Claire. Our neighbors to the west in Rochester shattered their old record by 16 degrees. That is almost unheard of when setting a new record high or low for that matter. First time, by the way, reaching 70+ degrees this year in La Crosse. Also a record for the earliest time doing that. The old record was March 5th in 2000. It's also the warmest temperature we've seen since all the way back on October 24th of last year when we also reached 74 degrees. Much, much cooler today. Cloudy skies. Eventually we'll have some rain chances. 38 degrees out at the airport, 39 downtown at the station. Winds out of the east-southeast at 6. The Mississippi River information, by the way, missing at the La Crosse Post. The last data showed 4.93 feet holding steady. 33 degrees for you folks in Eau Claire with a mostly cloudy sky and winds are light. So very well-defined frontal boundary sitting right about here with 50s and 60s to the south of it, 20s and 30s to the north of it, even some teens up towards North Dakota. Locally, though, most spots between about 30 and 38 degrees, although 27 over at Volk Field. Winds are light or calm, so wind chill's not a concern this morning. Now, radar is showing lots of precipitation to our west, but a lot of this is not reaching the ground yet. What is some showers and isolated thunderstorms over central Iowa. What's going to happen is an area of low pressure is going to ride northeast along a frontal boundary and increase the rain chances around here as the morning progresses and into this afternoon as well. Perhaps even some thunderstorms in spots. with the best chance for that south and east of La Crosse, down towards the Wisconsin River Valley and over southern and eastern parts of the state. Maybe just cold enough for some sleet or a mix at times to the north and west of La Crosse, and then all the precip starts to wrap up and move east of the area by about 10 o'clock this evening. Decreasing clouds overnight, and that's going to spell lots of sunshine for our Tuesday, just some passing clouds far north. Rain tracker showing maybe a quarter to a half an inch or more in some of those heavier totals where any thunderstorm activity occurs to the south and east of La Crosse. Otherwise, most spots probably a quarter inch or less. Temperatures cooler, mid to upper 40s in the La Crosse area today. In fact, most spots in the 40s. You can pick out your favorite location here. I've got 65 to choose from. Most spots seeing highs between about 41 and 49 degrees, maybe an isolated 50-degree reading in some spots. So much cooler today. Cloudy 48 with those scattered showers, maybe some thunder in spots and maybe a mix in spots. 31 tonight, those showers taper off pretty quickly, decreasing clouds overnight. And then mainly 50s through Thursday. Another chance of showers by late Thursday or Thursday night, maybe mixing with snow showers on Fridays. We drop into the 40s for highs on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weekend looking dry. Don't forget to set your clocks forward as you head to bed Saturday night with the beginning of daylight saving time on Sunday. Back in the 50s on Monday and a mild 61 next Tuesday. So that's the latest check of the 8-day forecast. Mainly 40s and 50s this week, so not as warm as it has been the last couple of days.
All right, Bill, thank you. The time now is 6:20. Still ahead on your morning news. Often known as the silent killer, chronic kidney disease is estimated to affect nearly 37 million Americans. Coming up, we'll take a look at some of the risk factors commonly associated with the disease and what you can do to lower your risk.
Coming up in sports, history was made over the weekend as Iowa's Caitlin Clark became the NCAA basketball all-time leading scorer. Find out how she got it done coming up on the Morning Blitz.
Make next winter fun for your family at Mount La Crosse. Season passes are on sale. Buy now for next year and ski the rest of this season for free. Stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Sale ends March 10th.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Luther High School, a powerhouse in culture and academics. Our students are given the tools for high school academic success while also enjoying athletics, choir, and band. Our on-site industrial arts program provides advanced welding and advanced woodworking programs, along with Industry 4.0 classes. Luther High School is a Wisconsin parental choice school. All families who apply to Luther receive tuition grants. Your Luther High School, Christ-centered education, encouraging and preparing students for life. For more information, go to lutherhigh.org or find us on Facebook at We Love Luther.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment.
Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
Called GNT.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Make next winter fun for your family at Mount La Crosse. Season passes are on sale. Buy now for next year and ski the rest of this season for free. Stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Sale ends March 10th.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. History was made yesterday as Caitlin Clark surpassed Pete Maravich as NCAA basketball's all-time leading scorer. Iowa City was looking like Hollywood. She had WNBA star like Maya Moore in attendance and big-time artists like Travis Scott. Everyone was tuned in to watch history. It was senior day for Clark and her squad. She announced she's heading to the NBA draft after this season and entered the game needing 18 points to break the record. Right before the half, Clark 2 points away when she was sent to the free throw line, made the first one. now just 1 point away, and I think you know where this is going. Sinks the second, just like that. NCAA basketball has a new leading scorer. 6th-ranked Iowa would go on to beat 2nd-ranked Ohio State. Clark would finish with 35 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. One of the most electric athletes in all of sports. NBA action yesterday afternoon. 2 of the top 4 teams in the West as the Timberwolves host the Clippers. First quarter, Karl Anthony Towns buries the 3, Minnesota off to an early lead. Then a few minutes later, it's Cat again. This time, driving past the defense. The layup is good. Wanted a foul, not gonna get it. Wolves up by 9. But the Clippers, they would make a run. James Harden throwing the alley-oop to Kawhi Leonard. That ties it, and then later, Mann hands it off to Leonard. Fadeaway jumper, knocks it down. LA up front. Late in the game, Wolves down 3. Cat passes it off to Anthony Edwards. He takes it to the hoop for the easy 2, but the Clippers would stall out the last 3 seconds as LA gets the win 89-88. Bucks were off this weekend, but they've been on fire coming out of the All-Star break, going 5-0, holding their opponents to just 97 points per game. They're currently tied for 2nd place in the Eastern Conference and are really starting to look like a legitimate contender. Giannis has been locked in all season, but ever since Doc Rivers joined the team, he's taken that intensity up a level, averaging 31 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists in the last 5 games. But really, it's his defense that has led this team to where it's at. Doc knows there's still work to be made, but he's seeing the progress.
It was funny, our guys were even talking about it. They thought that the stretch in the game, the Chicago game the other night, where it got intense, the only reason they got intense was because of defense. And nothing dirty, just because of straight defense. And it created frustration, and that turned the game for us. So they're starting to really believe in it.
We'll see really what this Bucks defense can do over the next few games. Tonight at home against the Clippers before going on a 4-game road trip against the Warriors, Lakers, Clippers, and Kings. Highlights of that one later tonight at 10. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you then.
I'm Kelly Wild. It's 102.7 WKBH. When my grandmother passed away, my mom gifted me with her Bohemian cookbook. I found one recipe for a soup, and written on top of it in my grandmother's beautiful handwriting was, "She really loves this." So I cook up a small batch, bring it over to my mom, and she says, "What is this?" I said, "It's your favorite soup from Grandma Palda's cookbook." Then my mom said she would make this for her dog Ginger when she couldn't go to the bathroom.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
When we at Riverbank made our new youth savings account, we wanted to learn more about how kids thought about money. So we went right to the source. Our first question was, how much money do your parents spend in a year?
$16.
Okay.
25. More than 100. 105. 3,000. A lot.
Riverbank, local banking made simple.
Ever wonder why most window replacements fail? It's the installation process. Hi, I'm Steve from Clear Choice. Many companies rush through installations using the caulk and walk methods. They pop the old windows out, slap the new ones in, add a few screws and smears of caulk, then hurry on to the next job. Your window ends up barely hanging on. At Clear Choice, our Weather Guardian installation process ensures your windows are secure and airtight. Don't compromise on quality. Choose Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions for windows that stand the test of time.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
The 8000 Plus app. Stream on your time. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
In your morning medical news, a new study is finding that a common everyday chemical may be linked to childhood obesity. According to the study published by the American Society for Microbiology, researchers found BPA can interfere with the hormone functions of the body, especially in obese children. The products are commonly found in eyewear, water bottles, and epoxy resins. The study's authors say more research needs to be done on the impact of microplastics. Have you gotten your COVID booster shot yet? New research finding it may help keep your case from becoming severe. A new nationwide study reveals the latest shot may cut the risk of having a moderate or severe COVID infection by more than half. Doctors say Americans should expect the CDC to recommend annual boosters going forward. March is not only National Women's History Month, it's also National Kidney Month. An estimated 37 million Americans have chronic kidney disease. Most of them don't even know they have it. In fact, a person can lose up to 60% of their kidney function before noticing any health problems. Mandy Gaither has more on how to help keep your kidneys healthy and explains why knowing your risk factors is critical.
It's known as a silent killer because many people with chronic kidney disease don't feel sick until it progresses to an advanced stage.
Oftentimes people don't develop symptoms until very late in the course of their disease.
That's why Dr. Griffin Rogers says knowing your risk factors is so important. Those include conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, a family history of kidney disease, and heart disease. If you have one or more of these conditions, ask your doctor to test you for kidney disease.
There are two simple tests. One is a blood test to determine how well your kidneys are filtering the blood, and the second test is a urine test to see whether there's any protein in the urine, which could be another indication that that filtering process is somehow altered.
Rogers says early detection allows for earlier intervention that can help slow the disease's progression, but research is currently being done to better diagnose and treat it.
Ultimately, we'd like to reverse the disease and, in fact, even cure the disease.
You can also help keep your kidneys healthy by being active, choosing healthier foods, getting adequate sleep, not smoking, and limiting alcohol.
You can also protect your kidneys by preventing or managing health conditions that cause kidney damage like diabetes and high blood pressure. And see a provider right away if you develop a urinary tract infection, which can cause kidney damage if left untreated. Skiers and snowboarders flew down the slope Saturday for the 21st annual Derek Iverson Spring Fling at Mount La Crosse. The event pays tribute to Iverson, who is a beloved member throughout the ski and snowboard community. His career provided many opportunities to travel throughout the United States and Canada. His career eventually led him to ski race coaching, contributing to the success of the Mount La Crosse ski team. Racers battled challenging course conditions.
Obviously, it's challenging with the snow conditions we have, but shout out to the hills that made it work. So it's fun to be racing still.
About 200 racers participated in this weekend's event. A local wildlife refuge is celebrating its 100th anniversary. The Upper Mississippi River National Wildlife and Fish Refuge in Sparta, now been around for a century. While celebrating their big day, they're also honoring famous environmentalist Aldo Leopold. The event featured different presentations, a guided walk, and even a plant giveaway. We spoke with a refuge ranger who tells us why it's important to many different kinds of plants and animals that call the refuge home.
We're an incredibly important breeding place for migratory birds. There's more than 290 species of birds that move throughout the refuge across the year. In addition to bird species, it's also an important place for fur-bearing animals, for other game species, and for an incredibly diverse variety of plants and animals.
If you'd like to get involved with the refuge, we have a link for you on our website. Climate change is threatening the survival of the iconic Arctic fox, but scientists in Norway say they found a way to protect the creatures and help boost their numbers even. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story.
Their playful nature and distinctive look make them one of the most captivating creatures in the wild. But Arctic foxes are crying out for help. Experts say climate change is making their prey more scarce as they need to hunt enough rodents to survive long winters.
If we get warmer and more unstable climate where you get snow melt and you get icing on the ground, that is going to affect how well the rodents can survive.
So scientists in Norway are lending a hand, setting up more than 30 feeding stations across the wilderness. It's a controversial step in conservation circles, but without it, biologists believe the animals would go extinct.
If we stop the feeding now, we would see a decrease in the population sizes, and that would be really detrimental.
Norway has been breeding Arctic foxes for nearly 20 years in an effort to boost the population, and it's working, with numbers jumping from 40 to around 550 across Scandinavia.
I still think we have some way to go before we can say that we've really saved the species.
Scientists feel they're on the right road to safeguarding the creatures. Once they grow big enough, they're taken on a ride to freedom and released into the wild, left to outfox nature on their own.
Arctic foxes were nearly driven to extinction a century ago as hunters went after their winter white fur. Hunting bans were eventually put in place, giving them some reprieve. Time now is 6:35. Let's check back in with News 8 meteorologist Bill Grahl to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. How's it looking out there today, Bill?
It's looking pretty good for the morning commute, but as the day progresses, we'll have precip chances moving in, primarily in the form of rain showers, maybe some thunderstorms as well. Beautiful shot through CityCam. You've heard that saying, red sky at night, sailors' delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. So yeah, a little bit of a red sky this morning, and that's an indication of some showers knocking on the door down to our south and west. But in the meantime, the morning commute's looking fine with dry conditions across the region. But as the morning progresses, notice how those rain chances start to pick up, and especially into the afternoon, maybe some thunderstorms. Much cooler today with highs only in the mid to upper 40s. Can't fully rule out a mix or some sleet to the north and west as well. Radar showing lots of precipitation, but a lot of this not reaching the ground yet. What is down towards Iowa, where there's some showers and even some isolated thunderstorms down towards Des Moines. Current temperatures primarily in the 30s. Again, much cooler today with readings generally in the mid to upper 40s for most, right around 48 here in La Crosse. I'll have the rest of my 8-day forecast coming up on the other side of the break. Alexandra?
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. Heidi is turning 8 years old today. She loves doing gymnastics, eating chocolate, and drinking coffee. Piper is also turning 8 today. She loves to dance and loves fashion. We've got twins, Avon and Ellie, also turning 8 years old today. They love to ride horses, dance, and be in 4-H. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. Coming up, colon cancer rates are rising at unprecedented levels across the U.S. After the break, we'll have a Gunderson gastroenterologist with us to take a closer look at that and talk about how you can keep your family safe.
Do you feel like America is slipping away? Our country is facing enormous challenges. Our economy, our healthcare, crime, and open borders. Everything is going in the wrong direction. All Washington does is divide us and talk about who's to blame. And nothing gets done. That's not the country I know and love. I'm Eric Hovde. I'm running for the U.S. Senate. And I approve this message because I believe we need to come together and find common sense solutions to restore America.
NexGard Plus helps you protect your dog from fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, and more. All in one delicious monthly soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. NexGard Plus, the one you want for one and done protection.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com. Introducing Ultimate Precision LLC, your trusted partner for precision craftsmanship. From interior to exterior, our expert painters bring life to your vision with impeccable precision. Our masonry and building restoration team breathes new life into the old, preserving history for generations to come. We're the masters of tuck pointing, securing your structure's integrity one brick at a time. Ultimate Precision LLC, where craftsmanship meets perfection. We're here to deliver the ultimate precision.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 14 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
If that was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Welcome back and a good Monday morning to you. It's currently 6:40. Boy, record-shattering warmth over the weekend, especially yesterday. We're in the mid-60s on Saturday. 74 was the high in La Crosse yesterday, 70 in Eau Claire. Both record-shattering highs by 8 degrees here in La Crosse. The old records, by the way, in 1894. 12 degrees is how much you beat it by in Eau Claire. And our neighbors to the west in Rochester set a new record by 16 degrees. That is almost unheard of when setting a new record high and or low for that matter. It's also the first time we've reached 70 degrees or warmer this year and set a new record for that. The earliest time doing that, the old record was March 5th in the year 2000. It's the warmest temperature we've seen in over 5 months. You have to go all the way back to October 24th of last year when we also hit 74 degrees. Skies mostly cloudy, a little sun trying to peek through, but these clouds will continue to thicken this morning. 38 degrees out at the airport, 39 downtown. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 5 to 10 here in La Crosse. They're lighter for you folks in Eau Claire with a mostly cloudy sky and a temperature of 33 degrees. So a pretty well-defined frontal boundary sits right about here with 50s and 60s to the south of it, 30s and 40s to the north of it, even colder air over the north central plains into the front range of the northern Rockies. But locally, most spots other than Volk Field are in the 30s, 30 in Sparta, 33 in Eau Claire, 38 in La Crosse, and 37 in Viroqua and Prairie du Chien. And winds are generally light or calm across the region. Now, radar showing some precipitation to our west. A lot of this not reaching the ground yet until you go down into Iowa with some showers and even some thunderstorms near Des Moines and Interstate 80. That low is going to kind of track northeast along this frontal boundary and increase the rain chances around here as the morning progresses and into the afternoon when we could see some thunderstorms in spots as well. Best chance of seeing thunderstorms will be south and east of La Crosse down towards the Wisconsin River, and it might be just cold enough to the north and west for some sleet or a mix at times, but general rain showers for most, kind of scattered in nature, and then those start to taper and move east by about 10 o'clock this evening, and then clearing skies or decreasing clouds overnight tonight, and that should spell lots of sunshine for our Tuesday. Rain trackers showing generally less than ½ an inch for most spots, in fact even less than ¼ inch, but there could be some isolated higher totals to the south and east, especially where we see any thunderstorm activity. Zone forecast showing much cooler conditions today. Most spots in the 40s, maybe flirting with 50 in a few spots, especially south and east, but most of our 65 locations today seeing highs between about 41 and 49 degrees. So cooler, but still a little closer, or I should say a little bit above average, just closer to average. 48 today, much cooler with those scattered showers, perhaps some thunder in spots as well. 31 tonight, chance of showers this evening, decreasing clouds overnight. And then looking ahead, dry with 50s on Tuesday and Wednesday. Chance of rain showers late Thursday or Thursday night. Might mix with some snow showers on Friday with highs in the 40s Friday through the weekend. And then warming up as we head into the start of next week. And don't forget to spring forward Saturday night into Sunday morning with the start of daylight saving time at 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. That's the latest check of my 8-day forecast. Now Alexandra has a special guest in studio this morning.
Thank you, Bill. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, the second leading cause of cancer death in the United States, according to the CDC, and it's also largely preventable. We're joined this morning by Dr. Steve Schlack-Herer, gastroenterologist with Gundersen Health System, for this Mindful Monday morning. Good morning. A little bit of a tongue twister there.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, happy to see you. So statistics are showing an unprecedented rise in colorectal cancer, especially among young men. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, historically, colon cancer is second to third leading cause of colon cancer in all people. But when you look at the age of under 50 years of age, it's the #1 cause of cancer death in men, second in women, second behind breast cancer.
Yeah, so do we know what's behind, this kind of rise in younger people getting the cancer?
We don't really know, and part of it may be secondary to increased screening, but we're certainly seeing an uptick in colon cancer in younger individuals, which has led to the recommendations changing from starting screening at age 50 to age 45.
Okay, so now it's 45. And that's for everybody, regardless of kind of family history and everything? Or okay.
No, 45 is for average risk individuals with no symptoms or problems. If people have had a family history of colon cancer or colon polyps, especially in first-degree relatives or second-degree relatives under the age of 60, we start screening at age 40. Earlier yet, if depending upon the age of the family members.
Okay. Are the warning signs different in young people? Should we be looking for different things?
Yeah, historically, colon cancer is a silent deal. It takes about 8 to 10 years, we think, to grow from a small colon polyp to a colon cancer. However, we're finding in that group under age 50 that most, actually about 80% plus, have some sorts of symptoms. Things like change in the bowel pattern, either constipation or diarrhea, passing blood in the stool, abdominal pain, unexplained weight loss would be some of the main symptoms we look for.
Okay, so those are kind of the red flag symptoms.
Yes.
If people are experiencing that, call their provider, would you say? Okay. What factors put people at higher risk for colorectal cancer?
Yeah, we say that the biggest thing is genetics and age over time. However, the majority of colon cancer that we find, even with that family history, is in sporadic cases. That means no family history, no symptoms at all. So you can't depend on symptoms at all. We don't know why we're necessarily seeing the uptick, especially in the younger population, but we suspect it may be what we eat, what we're exposed to in situations where we may be somehow genetically predisposed to develop these cancers.
And what can we do to reduce our risk?
Get screened.
Yeah.
You gotta get screened, starting at age 45, whether you're having symptoms or not. If you're having symptoms or have a family history or other risk factors, earlier yet.
Okay. Any lifestyle changes people can do to reduce their risk?
Well, obesity is an increased risk. We think that maybe a diet high in fat, low in fiber may be predisposing. Other than that, there's a lot of variables that are borderline or questionable. But the biggest thing is no symptoms, whether you're having family history or not, get screened.
Okay, great. And then so we hear frequently when talking about colorectal cancers that it's preventable and treatable. Is that the case? And
yes,
what is the prognosis and treatment?
First of all, I mean, the time it takes to grow from a small polyp to a colon cancer, 8 to 10 years, gives us a wide window to be able to go in and take these polyps out. It's very easy to do by a skilled endoscopist, and so that's really the main thing. Without question, colonoscopy is the best test, not only finding them, but taking the polyps out, and all the other tests, if they're positive, you go for colonoscopy. The main other tests that are used would be either stool, looking for blood in stool, or the Cologuard test, which looks for genetic abnormalities in the stool, which is good at finding colon cancer. However, both are not good at all, finding less than 50% of what we call advanced adenomas. Those are the big polyps. They're the ones on the way to developing colon cancer.
Okay.
So we don't want to give that up. Colonoscopy is by far, unequivocally the best test. People should have colonoscopy.
And people are kind of scared. You know, you
Yeah.
hear colonoscopy, people get kind of scared, but it's nothing to be scared of, right?
Oh, absolutely not. And you know, we encounter this a lot, where people are obviously anxious, or either they've heard of somebody who had a bad experience, or this or that, or the prep, which is the worst part about the whole deal.
Okay.
But it's really not a big deal.
And can be
just have to bust
life-saving.
through that.
So-
without question.
So worth it. Yeah.
Without question.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us and
My
providing
pleasure.
us this information. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Ready? Okay.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Onalaska High School and the Lacrosse Stars Winter Guard presents Cooley Colors, an event of thrilling color guard competition with some of the premier ensembles from the upper Midwest, Saturday, March 9th, Onalaska High School. Enjoy the Lenten Organ Concert at the Shrine Church of Our Lady of Guadalupe on the beautiful Note Pipe Organ, Sunday, March 10th at 3 p.m.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a cruciate ligament injury or torn ACL? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in knee reconstruction using the TPLO. This is a gold standard that's been used by veterinarians for over 40 years and provides the strongest fixation in ACL repair. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
What I love about T-Mobile is that just about anywhere you go, you're going to have coverage.
Where I live is a rural area. The coverage has been awesome.
Reliable coverage is super important for me, for my business.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
There's a lot to love on the Drew Barrymore Show.
We're just incredible, washed out delectable.
I want to play and be silly and fun. I'm like in it with you.
Don't stop, we're just getting started. Hit hard, yeah, hitting the party. That's how we do it.
I'm so in love with you, I can't handle it. Oh my God. Did we just become best friends?
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8. Download the News 8000 app today. Emily Brown on News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. If you use Wisconsin Highway 35 between Holmen and Trumpelow to get to work or school, you may want to leave a few minutes early this morning. That's because the bridge over Black River will have single lane closures starting today. Wisconsin's DOT says the closure is for a soil investigation, which will include exploration and sampling of soils for the purpose of structural design. The closures will run till Tuesday, April 30th. There will also be temporary signals set up during this time. A local wildlife refuge is celebrating its 100th anniversary. The Upper Mississippi River National Wildlife and Fish Refuge in Sparta has now been around for a century. While celebrating that occasion, they're also honoring famous environmentalist Aldo Leopold. The event featured different presentations, a guided walk, and even a plant giveaway. We spoke with a refuge ranger who tells us why it's important to many different kinds of plants and animals that call the refuge home.
We're an incredibly important breeding place for migratory birds. There's more than 290 species of birds that move throughout the refuge across the year. In addition to bird species, it's also an important place for fur-bearing animals, for other game species, and for an incredibly diverse variety of plants and animals.
If you'd like to get involved with the refuge, we have some links for you on our website. Skiers and snowboarders flew down the slope Saturday for the 21st annual Derek Iverson Spring Fling at Mount Lacrosse. The event pays tribute to Iverson, who was a beloved member throughout the ski and snowboard community. His career provided many opportunities to travel throughout the U.S. and Canada. His career eventually led him to ski race coaching, contributing to the success of the Mount Lacrosse ski team. Racers battled challenging course conditions this weekend.
Obviously, it's challenging with the snow conditions we have. But shout out to the hills that made it work. So it's fun to be racing still.
About 200 racers participated in the event. A 14-year-old piano prodigy hit the right notes with the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra this weekend. Andre Peck may be young, but he's no stranger to the spotlight. He started playing piano at just 4 years old. Since then, he's won a multitude of awards. Most recently, he won the La Crosse Rising Stars competition and was one of only 24 young musicians worldwide to attend a prestigious music festival. We caught up with Peck prior to his symphony performance, and he said he was ready.
I think that I'm probably ready for it because I've had rehearsals, but I'm just really excited in general.
Andre performed in his first symphony at the age of 11.
You'll want to have that rain gear handy today. Watching the radar, you can see some scattered showers, even some thunderstorms down across Iowa, down towards Des Moines Interstate 80. This is all moving north and east and towards our Butte area. Current temperatures in the 30s, and it's going to be much cooler today with highs primarily in the mid to upper 40s. Scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms, and then a mix or sleet possible north and west where temps will be a little cooler. Dry highs in the 50s tomorrow and Wednesday. Another chance of rain or a mix late Thursday and into Friday later this week.
All right, Bill, thank you. Thousands of people in Chicago finished their weekend by taking a little dip into Lake Michigan, all for a good cause. Sunday marked the 24th annual Chicago Polar Plunge, which benefits Special Olympics. More than 5,200 people registered for the event, making it the largest plunge to date in the Windy City. Organizers say they've already raised nearly $2 million this year. In case you were wondering, the water temperature was 38 degrees, and we also had our own polar plunge in La Crosse this weekend. Thanks so much for starting your day, starting your week with us on News 8 Now this morning. We'll see you back here at noon. Have a great day.